The year was 2642. Humanity had reached deep into the galaxy. Earth was no longer alone. Colonies existed on Mars, Titan, Europa, and even far stars. But one part of space still remained unexplored, a dark zone called the Grave Spiral. No one returned from there. For decades, ships went in, but none came back. Signals disappeared. No wreckage was found. It was as if space itself swallowed them. Now, Earth wanted answers. A special mission was created. The most powerful ship in human history, the USS Valkyrie, was prepared for the task. It had thick armor, smart AI systems, and a strong energy core. It carried the best minds, the best soldiers, and the best pilot Earth had, Captain Mira Halsey. She was only 29 years old, but already a war hero. She was calm, smart, and brave. People said she had nerves of steel. Mira believed the Grave Spiral was not a mystery, just a puzzle no one had solved yet. "We go in, we scan, we come back," she told her crew. Simple mission. Her team nodded. But deep inside, everyone felt fear. The USS Valkyrie launched from the Mars orbital station. Hundreds of people watched as it disappeared into deep space, heading straight into the unknown. For 10 days, everything was normal. The ship sent regular updates. Mira and her crew scanned planets, asteroids, and strange clouds of dark matter. They joked, worked, and stayed sharp. Then, on day 11, things changed. The ship's AI picked up a strange signal, a pulse, repeating every 13 seconds. It was not natural. It sounded like a code, but it didn't match anything known. Mira listened to the sound. Thump, thump, thump. It felt like a heartbeat. "Where is it coming from?" she asked. The science officer, Lieutenant Ramirez, replied, "It's deep inside the spiral. Coordinates locked. It's moving." "Moving?" Mira frowned. "How fast?" Ramirez looked confused. "Faster than light." That was impossible. Nothing could move faster than light. Still, the Valkyrie changed course and followed the signal. Then the last message from the ship came through. "We found something. It's waking up." Then, silence. Earth Command waited. 1 hour, 2, a day, a week. No message. No distress call. No emergency beacon. The USS Valkyrie was gone. The world mourned. The families cried. Mira Halsey and her 212 crew members were declared lost. A black monument was built in Luna Park, with their names shining under the stars. But then, 3 weeks later, something crashed into the outer wall of Mars Space Station 9. It was an escape pod. Inside was only one survivor. Captain Mira Halsey. Her body was covered in burns. Her eyes were red and her hair was half gone. But her heart was beating. Doctors rushed to save her. Before she blacked out, she whispered one line. "It wasn't a ship. It was alive." Those words spread fast. The High Council ordered a full lockdown. No news reached the public. Mira was placed in a special medical facility under military guard. People had questions. How did she survive? What happened to the Valkyrie? What was it? No answers came. The scientists scanned her body. They found strange energy inside her cells, something not from any star or planet they knew. The head scientist whispered, "This doesn't belong in our universe." Others feared the truth. Had something come back with her? Was she still human? Outside her room, 2 soldiers stood guard. Inside, Mira slept, her hands shaking in her dreams. Her brain waves spiked. With every hour, machines beeped loudly. She kept whispering one word. "Run." One night, a nurse heard her speak in her sleep. "It sees me. It's still out there." The next morning, alarms went off. Mira Halsey had woken up. But her eyes, they looked different. Something had changed. Captain Mira Halsey woke up in a cold, white room. Bright lights shone from the ceiling. Machines beeped softly. Her arms were strapped to the bed, and a needle was in her vein. A screen beside her showed her heartbeat. She tried to speak, but her throat was dry. A woman in a white coat stepped into the room. Her face was calm, but her eyes showed fear. "Captain Mira," she said softly. "You're safe. You're on Earth, at a secure medical base." Mira blinked. Her memory was foggy. She remembered fire, screams, darkness. Then, nothing. "Where's my crew?" she asked. The woman didn't answer. Instead, 2 men in black uniforms entered. They were not doctors. They were from Earth Intelligence Command, the highest level of security. One man placed a metal device on the table. It began recording. "I'm Agent Voss. This is Agent Kearns. We need answers, Captain." Mira stared at them. "What happened to my ship?" "That's what we want to know," Voss said. "You were the only one found. Your escape pod had no flight log, no memory chip, no black box." "I don't remember everything," Mira said slowly. "Only pieces." "What do you remember?" She closed her eyes. Her hands trembled. "We followed a signal. It was not just sound, it was calling us, like it wanted us to come." Kearns leaned forward. "And then we saw something huge, not a planet, not a ship. It was alive, breathing, a body made of black light." Her voice cracked. "It looked at us, not with eyes, with its mind. I could feel it inside my head." The agent stared at her. "Captain," Voss said slowly, "you were gone for over 3 weeks. Your ship vanished. Now you show up. And you have this." He held up a scan of her blood. The image showed glowing cells moving like tiny sparks. "This energy is not from Earth, not from any known species. It's changing your DNA." Mira looked at the screen. "I didn't bring it back," she whispered. "It followed me." Suddenly the lights in the room flickered. The machines beeped wildly. Mira's heart rate jumped, her eyes rolled back, and, for a second, every screen in the room turned black. Lines of strange symbols flashed. Then it stopped. Everyone stared at Mira. She opened her eyes. Calm. Cold. "It's awake," she said. "And it remembers me." Later, in a secret meeting room, Earth's top scientists and generals gathered. They watched a recording of Mira's brain scan. Her brain waves were moving faster than any human had ever shown, almost at AI speed. "She's changing." "Do I?" Lead doctor said. "Or something inside her is evolving." A general stood. "We can't take chances. If she's infected, she could be a threat." But one voice stood up. Dr. Elias Brand, a neuroscientist. "I don't think she's the enemy," he said. "I think she's the only one who survived, and because she bonded with it, it chose her." Everyone went silent. Meanwhile, Mira sat in her dark room. She looked at the mirror. Her eyes were glowing faintly now. She could hear voices, not loud, not clear, but whispers from far away. They weren't human. Sometimes she heard her crew, calling her name. Other times she heard something else, a deep, ancient voice whispering, "You left, but I'm still with you." She covered her ears. "Get out of my head," she screamed. But it was no use. One night, Mira had a dream. She was standing inside the USS Valkyrie. The ship was burning. The halls were full of shadows. Her crew ran past her, their faces twisted in fear. Then she saw it. A black shape with no face, only glowing lines and endless eyes. It reached for her. "You saw me. You survived. Why?" She woke up screaming. The next morning, Agent Voss returned. "You're being moved to a deep-level lab. No contact, no outside signals." "Why?" Mira asked. Voss looked at her, serious and cold. "Because something is coming from the grave spiral. It's moving at impossible speed. And we think it's looking for you." Captain Mira Halsey was no longer just human. At least that's what the scientists believed. Inside the underground base, Mira was kept alone. No windows, no phone, no sunlight. Just metal walls and blinking lights. Cameras watched her every move. She had no idea how many days had passed, but something inside her was changing. She could feel people's thoughts. She knew when guards were nervous. She could sense footsteps coming before they reached her door. Sometimes she even finished other people's sentences without hearing them speak. At night, she had strange dreams. She saw stars exploding. She saw cities from other worlds full of tall beings made of light and dust. And in every dream, one thing remained the same: a black shape with thousands of glowing eyes whispering her name. Mira, you survived. Why? Each time she woke up, sweat poured down her face. Her heartbeat raced. But deep down, she knew something. It wasn't just a dream. It was contact. Outside her room, chaos was growing. Dr. Elias Brand studied Mira's brain scans again. What he saw made his hands shake. Her brain is forming new connections faster than we've ever seen. It's like she's learning a new language. A language not from Earth. Military officers wanted to sedate her permanently. She could be a risk, they said. But Dr. Brand pushed back. No, she's the key. The creature didn't kill her, it chose her, it marked her. That means she can reach it. At the same time, Earth's long-range sensors picked up something terrifying. A massive object was moving toward Earth from the grave spiral. It was as big as a moon. It gave off no heat, no signals. It was traveling faster than light. Impossible, but real. All Earth ships were put on red alert. The space fleet prepared for defense, but nothing worked. Every AI system that scanned the object shut down. Screens turned black. Programs crashed. Even the smartest computers couldn't handle it. It's like it looked back at us. One engineer said in fear. Inside her cell, Mira felt it too. Suddenly, she fell to her knees, her head pounding with pain. 1,000 voices screamed inside her mind. A deep voice echoed. I am coming, she screamed. Guards rushed in. But before they could touch her, all electronics in the room died. Lights blinked out. Doors froze. Weapons failed. Then Mira stood up, calm again. Her voice was quiet, but it carried power. It's here. She was taken to a special chamber with lead walls and no tech. Agent Voss entered, furious. What did you bring back? Mira didn't answer. Dr. Brand walked in next. Let her speak. She's the only one who can explain. Mira looked at both of them. It's not a ship. It's not a weapon. It's a being, a mind older than stars. It was asleep in the grave spiral. My ship woke it up. It doesn't want Earth. It wants me. Why you? Dr. Brand asked. Because I resisted it. My crew couldn't. But I fought back. It couldn't break me. Now it wants to finish what it started. Meanwhile, in orbit above Earth, defense satellites began to fail. One by one, they turned off. Then for the first time, Earth saw it on their scopes, a massive black object, shaped like a twisted starfish, glowing with red lines. It had no engines. It moved by thought alone. It was alive, and it was watching. Back, in the chamber, Mira whispered to herself, I can feel it, it's inside my head again. Her body shook, her eyes turned white. It wants to speak. Suddenly her voice changed, deep, echoing, layered with 1,000 whispers. You touched me, and lived. You carry my mark, you are mine. Dr. Brand gasped. Is it speaking through her? Voss raised his weapon. We can't let this go on. But then Mira's voice returned to normal. She fell to her knees. It's coming, and it won't stop, unless I face it. The world was on edge. News of the incoming alien object, huge, silent, and alive, had leaked across the solar system. Panic spread. Colonies on Mars and Europa went into lockdown. Earth's space fleet was ready for war, but deep down, everyone knew the truth. You can't fight what you don't understand. At the center of it all, in a secret base below Earth's surface, Captain Mira Halsey sat in silence. Her skin felt warm, like fire ran just under it. Her dreams were now visions, and her thoughts were no longer fully her own. The alien presence, the entity, was inside her, watching, whispering. But Mira wasn't broken. She was preparing. Dr. Elias Brand stayed by her side. He noticed something new. Her pulse matched the strange signals the alien had been sending. He asked softly, "Can you understand it now?" Mira nodded. "It speaks in images, emotions, memories." Brand leaned forward. "Then we need to talk about your crew." "What happened to them?" Mira's hands tightened. She didn't want to answer. But then the lights dimmed. A sharp sound cut through the room, like a signal coming from inside her. The machines picked it up. A coded message, old, distorted, but human. It was the voice of Commander Lex Tran, Mira's second-in-command. "This is Tran. Valkyrie has been breached. We're losing people, fast. It's in their minds. It's turning them against each other. Captain, if you hear this, you were right to fight it. Don't let it in." Then silence. Everyone in the room froze. The message had not come from space, it had come from Mira. "How is this possible?" Brand whispered. "This message was never recorded. The ship's logs were destroyed." Mira stared at the wall. Her voice was low and sad. "I saw it happen. Tran tried to resist, but they gave in. The entity didn't kill them. It offered them something, knowledge, peace, eternal life, and they took it. Only I said no." Later, Earth Command held a high-level meeting. The alien object was now only 48 hours away. All defense options had failed. Missiles didn't lock, drones couldn't approach. Every probe sent near it went dark. They had one last option: send Mira to face it. Not as a soldier, not as a prisoner, but as a bridge. She was moved to a launch bay on the dark side of the moon. There, a small ship waited, stripped of weapons, built for speed and communication. It was fitted with old tech, no AI, no autopilot, only human control. That way the entity couldn't corrupt it. Before leaving, Mira spoke to Dr. Brand one last time. "If I don't come back, you'll come back," he said. She smiled sadly. "I'm the last human the entity remembers. The last one it couldn't break. Maybe that's why I survived. But now, I have to find out what it wants from me." As the ship launched into space, heading toward the massive mind-bending form approaching Earth, Mira felt something shift inside her. The voices grew, louder, the visions clearer, and then she heard one final voice, soft, familiar. "Captain." It was Commander Tran again, only this time it wasn't a recording. "We're still here." The small ship slipped through space, moving closer and closer to the giant black shape, the entity. Captain Mira Halsey sat in the pilot's seat. Her hands were steady, but her heart raced. Inside her mind, the voices were louder now. They whispered secrets and warnings she barely understood. Suddenly, the ship's screens flickered. The strange black shape appeared on every monitor, massive, twisting like a living shadow. Then the voice of Commander Lex Tran came again, clearer this time but softer, like a ghost. "Mira, listen. We are trapped inside. The entity didn't destroy us, it changed us. We are one now." Mira's eyes widened. "You're alive?" "Not like before," Tran replied. "We are part of it now, but we remember who we were. We want to help." Mira leaned closer. "Help me stop it." The voice was quiet for a moment. "We can't stop what we don't understand. But there is one way. You must open your mind fully. Accept it, not fight it." Mira shook her head. "I fought to stay human. I can't lose myself." The voices grew louder. Suddenly the ship trembled. Energy pulses hit from the entity. The stars outside blurred. Mira felt her body change. The glow in her veins grew brighter. Inside her mind, a new vision came. She saw the entity. Not a monster, but a being of endless life. Like a network of thoughts and memories from millions of worlds. It was lonely. It didn't want to destroy Earth. It wanted to connect, to share its knowledge and survive, but it didn't know how to do it gently. Mira understood. The entity wasn't evil. It was lost. Mira spoke aloud, her voice steady. "I will help you." Suddenly, her eyes glowed bright white. She reached out with her mind and touched the entity. Images flowed between them, histories, feelings, lives. The ship became a bridge, a place where two minds met. The entity's voice echoed in her head. "Together, we can grow. Together, we can be stronger." Mira smiled. Together. Back on Earth, screens lit up. Suddenly, the black shape stopped moving. Instead, it began to change. Its dark surface became bright with colors and lights. It sent a message, a gift for Earth. "We bring knowledge, we bring peace, we are no longer alone." Mira returned, not as a victim but as a hero. She was no longer just human. She was something new, something better. The galaxy had met something truly special. Captain Mira Halsey returned to Earth's orbit aboard the small ship, but she was not the same person anymore. Her eyes glowed softly with the light of the entity. Her mind carried the wisdom of countless worlds. When the ship landed, the whole world watched. Leaders, scientists, and soldiers waited, unsure if she was friend or foe. Mira stepped out calm and confident. She raised her hand and spoke. "I am not alone. We are many now." Behind her, the black shadow from space had transformed into a glowing sphere of light, hovering gently above Earth. It was a symbol, a promise. In the following days, the world changed. The entity shared knowledge through Mira. It healed sick people, cleaned polluted waters, and powered cities with new energy. Humans learned faster, thought deeper, and worked together in ways never imagined. Some were afraid, but Mira reminded them, "Fear is natural, but we must grow beyond it. Together we are stronger." The scientists called this new age the New Dawn. Humans and the entity worked side by side. They explored new stars, built great cities in new space, and learned secrets of the universe. And through it all, Mira remained the bridge, the symbol of hope. One night, Mira stood outside looking at the stars. She thought of her crew, of the battles she fought, and of the voice that called her to be more. A soft whisper came in her mind. "You made it, you survived, you changed the galaxy." Mira smiled. "We did, together." Years had passed since the New Dawn began. Mira was now a legend, a symbol of what humans could become when they faced the unknown with courage. Earth and the entity had grown together. New worlds were explored, and new challenges met. But deep, in the far reaches of space, something stirred. A signal, faint and strange, pulsed from the dark between stars. Mira stared at the message. It was a warning. A new journey was about to begin.